Assalamualaikum, Dr. Najib. My name is Nurdia Azmimi binti Muhammad Zakaria and my matric number is 829465. And for my assignment is I did COVID-19 impacts toward the sports apparel industry. So mainly talk in this report is Puma, Nike and Adidas. So, as we all know, in 2019 and early of 2020, we had serious problem of COVID-19 pandemic. So, the whole world is actually closing their borders, and also all of the manufacturing, exporting and importing are all actually came into a halt because they want to minimize the movement, human movement, and to lower the cost of COVID-19 infection. So these are one of the major problems that the industry players face during COVID-19, which is the disrupted supply chain movements. And also not only that, the disposable income that the consumers have also decreased because some of them may lose their job because of companies trying to downsize or even closed. So that is the second, which is less disposable income. And lastly, the increased transportation costs. So as some liners or some freight forwarders could not continue their delivery as the ports are closed, the shippers had to hold on to the inventories, so which they had to charge the customers, or even they have to bear the cost to hold the goods. Sometimes the longer that they hold, the higher the cost will be. So those are the three main problems that they face. So which is first, disrupted supply chain. Second is lower consumer disposable income, and also third, their transportation costs increased. So for my IP, I have three, which are the concentrated market, product homogeneity, and also cost of entry and exit into out of the industry. And the moderating variable is the efficient resource allocation. And lastly, the dependent variable is being able to enjoy an average profit margin throughout the industry. So this will be better explained using the SCP framework in the next explanation. Structure Conduct Performance Framework, SCP. So the S, the structure, is the external environment, and in this theory it says that the structure itself influence the firm's conduct or the firm's strategic planning, and in which it will be recorded in their performance analysis. So in other words, the firm's or industry players' conduct or strategic planning is influenced by the external environment. So the sports apparel industry structure is very concentrated. They are very highly concentrated. There are many minor and major players exist in this market itself, and all of them are selling goods that is very similar to each other, and they serve to solve the same problem for the consumers. So for example, the outerwear, sports outerwear, the footwear, and also the technologies that they can use. So for example, in this is the shoes. They use all of them are used to solve the problems that consumer want to wear a shoes that they can use to go running. Okay, and then low entry and exit costs. It is easy to enter this industry because there are a lot of suppliers that are willing to supply high quality resources at a very affordable cost. And also the next is, as we already know, the external environment. Now the industry players conduct. We can see the sports apparel industry players, they use product differentiation, as the products are all very similar to each other. The only way to stand out is they will have their own technology embedded into the products itself. So for example, Nike have their special shoes design that is very flexible, and Puma has their very soft cushion sole, and also Adidas have their midsole that creates balance for the runners. This is the product differentiation, and these are designed to help them stand out from each other instead of using any other type of strategy, such as using lower price, because they are all selling the same. And lastly, the performance analysis. In this industry, as we can see that they are all using product differentiation, they are trying to run on an efficient resource allocation. So they try to use the resources that they have and try to enjoy the same average profit margin as best as they can. So here we can see Puma and Adidas profit margins in 2019, 2020, and 2021. So in 2019, Puma enjoyed 19.4% profit margin, and while Adidas enjoyed 8%. The next year, 2020 is during the hardest impact of COVID-19, in which a lot of operations are stopped. So that's why we can see the profit margin is negative 8.5, while Adidas is 10% lower than Puma, 19.8%, negative 19.8. And then the next year, we can see that they can actually run back as usual as before, like in 2019. So they can run as usual on efficient resource allocation that they can use. So Puma enjoyed an increase in their gross profit, which is there is 32.5% of increase, while Adidas also have increased 17%. So we can see the product differentiation help them to be efficient in resource allocating. That is all from me. Thank you, Doctor, for this semester, and I hope the best for you. Stay safe.